glorious bank holiday sunshine as Hastings prepare to battle Lewes for 3 points and local bragging rights. Welcome to Matchday 5. It's the perfect setting for both these teams to do battle on Bank Holiday Monday, both unbeaten since the start of the season as well. Hastings United finished last season in 5th and Lewes weren't too far behind in 7th place. Both these teams will fancy their chances for promotion this year. It's a biggie this afternoon. Both these sides make their way out into the glorious Bank Holiday Monday sunshine in a game that I'm sure will be hotly contested. Hastings United against Lewes. It's a local derby on the coast early in the season, but nevertheless extremely important for both these teams with their aspirations to be at the top of the table.
And of course early bragging rights, both it's a local derby, East Sussex derby, so the bragging rights will be there. I'm sure that both sets of teams know each other quite well, and they'll be talking way before this game's arrived today, and they'll be talking about it long after.
For the home team, Hastings United, Jack Dixon has scored 2 goals already this season, and his strike partner Billy Medlock has got experience with Eastbourne Borough and Sutton United in the conference. And for Lewes, plenty of experience in their team as well. Jonty Smith started his career at Crawley Town, and goalkeeper Chris Winterton, the experience at Bognor Regis, and also started his career at Brighton. And it is Hastings United that get the game underway, and it is an exceptional background here near the coast. It's my first visit to this ground. Mick, you've been here many times before, but it's a real thing of beauty with the trees and greenery on the far side, and we've got a great view as well from this stand, high up in the main stand, overlooking the pitch, which is in blistering sunshine this afternoon.
Yeah, most players that come down to the Pilot Field are up for the game because it's a great stadium and the pitch is superb.
And it's going to be an early free kick for the visitors Lewes, and it's inside the Hastings half. First opportunity to get the ball into the box. In the box it goes. It's almost headed away. Is it going to fall to a Lewes player? It could be the first goal of the game. It's going to be the first goal of the game inside the first minute, and Lewes take the lead, and it's going to be scored by Bauer Botzer, who's opened the scoring for Lewes. Really clever finish on the far post. It has to be said, it was poor defending from the home side. The ball came in, they failed to clear it. I think it came off those in white, and it fell to Bauer Botsma, who made no mistake with the finish, with a little bit of help of somebody on the line, Mick.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy when the ball come back in, and someone just toe poked it over the line, but good delivery from Brotherton, and basically, you know, the goalkeeper maybe should have helped him. It was just a little chip in there. Perhaps he should have come and punched that and helped his defence out.
A perfect start this afternoon for his side, and it's Lewes again on the attack, and a long ball finds the feet on the far side. It's a good cross again, and it needs to be tipped away from the keeper. It's a really positive cross, and that needed to be dealt with by Josh Pelling. He did deal with it, only just. Another dangerous cross from the visitors. Perhaps an opportunity for Hastings for the first time in this match to get the ball down and take some control of the game, as you'd expect from the home side.
Yeah, Hastings very lethargic to the start of this game. I think they need to keep possession of the ball a little bit and settle themselves, because Lewes are right up for this.
And you'd expect there will be periods in this game. Well, it will be quite slow football considering the heat today, but Hastings have certainly started that way. And great run. It looks like there could be a penalty now, and it is going to be a penalty for Hastings United. Absolutely no doubt whatsoever. And it was Ansu Jana with a neat jinking run between 3 of the Lewes defenders into the 18-yard box, and it was the clearest penalty that you're ever going to see. No hesitation, no complaints for those in red and black, and it will be an opportunity, somewhat fortunately maybe, for Hastings United to get themselves back into this game. Billy Medlock now has got the opportunity to level for the home side. Billy Medlock steps up into the corner, and it is 1 apiece, and he goes over to celebrate with the fans. It was an excellent penalty. Keeper didn't even move. Real class from Billy Medlock. And it's Hastings United 1, Lewes 1. It was a really good jinking run from Ansu Jana. Deserved to get the penalty for that kind of powerful, positive run into the box. And as you said, Mick, lazy defending, giving away the penalty. And no mistake from the experienced Billy Medlock. And I think we've got a game here this afternoon. Yeah, tremendous crowd here this afternoon. And we talked a little bit last week about the attendances being up across non-league, which is great news. And they've certainly not let anybody down here today. And again, it's Matthew George that's got plenty of room overlapping on this near side as we look. An opportunity perhaps for a shot on goal. It's going to be a shot. And it was Bosma who fancied his chances again. And this time it's high and wide. The ball bounced kindly there for Hastings United, and there was an opportunity for Radari to get it into the box. And again, sloppy play. The first time that McDevitt has lost the ball, and McDevitt will possibly be receiving the first booking of this game, unless the referee's feeling kind.
No, he's reaching to his pocket. And in all honesty, watching that, I didn't see a desire from the Hastings midfield to get forward to support their forwards there. They were just looking on, expecting the free to just do the business.
Can Hastings United, somewhat against the run of play, take the lead into the 18-yard box? The ball goes, it's going to fall to the head. I can't quite see who headed that, but it was a good opportunity just on the edge of the 6-yard box, Mick.
Yes, good delivery in there, and obviously the centre-back.
It was Ollie Rowe in the end.
Rowe, yeah.
Ollie Rowe got his head onto the ball, couldn't quite guide it towards goal. Yeah, Jonty Smith there trying to take his man on. Eventually Hastings will win the ball back and shouts for handball. Referee says no, it'll fall to Conlon on this near side. He's got an opportunity to run into the 18-yard box. This might be another opportunity for Lewes. Can he get a shot off? He can't. Just couldn't get his shot away. And in the end, Ollie Rowe came across and cleared that. It was a really powerful run from Ronnie Conlon. Showed a turn of pace into the 18-yard box. Got the ball back now, though, and it could be an opportunity with Radari, who looks to play in Medlock. And Medlock on the edge of the 18-yard box, what can he do? Looks to shift it onto his right foot, goes back to Radari, just on the edge of the box. Not a lot of room for those players in white to move, and Dixon has to come all the way back to Pritchard. Pritchard looks to think the ball in, and that has summed up the half for Hastings United. And all of a sudden, after being on the attack, McDevitt has the ball on the far side, and McDevitt looks to run and use his pace. Brilliant pace from McDevitt into the 18-yard box. Is he going to cross the ball? Dinks it to the near post in the end, and it just goes out, and it will be a corner. The contest hasn't been even, but the scoreline is. And it's difficult in these situations, Mick, to work out who will be the manager that will be most pleased, because Lewes should be winning this game, but they've got an opportunity now as they come forward. And again, it's long driving run. Referee says free kick. This could be a problem, and this could be a red card, because that looked two-footed. It is a red card. It looked bad from here, and Ollie Rowe has been sent off for Hastings United. And the first sight of seeing that challenge, it did look bad. It did look two-footed, and you feared for Ollie Rowe as soon as he made that challenge. The referee blew his whistle straight away and produced the red cards, and this could really change the game now, Mick.
It could, but it's also it was made on the most influential player from Lewes' perspective, and we could see him coming off. So let's just see the physio's on now, see how good or bad he is. But that will now put even more emphasis on Lewes attacking. Let's just hope that the injured player can stay on the field of play, because he's the type of player that's going to make him pay.
And a thoroughly entertaining game so far. I wonder how this will affect the tactics of both sides. Into the 18-yard box, the ball goes, a dangerous free kick, could be a goal. It's headed just wide. It was Alex Malins who got his head onto the ball.
Good delivery, Ben, good delivery, good far post delivery, diving header. Should have probably got it on target rather than the side netting.
Yeah, Adam Henshelwood will want to get this game at 1-1 at half-time. It's another opportunity for Lewes to get the ball into the box. It's going to fall to Conlon. Looks to shift the ball, but in the end loses out. That's a terrible challenge, and this could be a card. You'd think it might be a yellow, but it was a late challenge. It wasn't two-footed, but Alex Malins looks like he's going to get a yellow card for this challenge, and a few of the crowd here obviously wanting that to be a different colour. There's been some tasty challenges in this game. I didn't think that was a red card, but it was certainly worthy of a yellow, and it was certainly late.
Look, Lewes have got to be a bit careful. They've got a whole crowd baying to get one of their players sent off now, along with the players are probably going to overreact to every silly little challenge now to even the game up.
Kerry will take this corner. Into the box it goes. Dangerous looking corner, goes all the way to this near side, and it'll be picked up by Vickers. Vickers looks to put it back in again. That's a really good cross from Vickers. And Lewes will pick the ball up, and this could be dangerous, and the ball's played over the top for Jonty Smith. The keeper comes out. Keeper does an overhead kick to clear the ball away, and that is worth watching alone on the highlights tomorrow. It was a ball over the top. Jonty Smith was running onto it. The keeper was out of his area. He took the first touch on his head, and the second touch was an overhead kick to get it away. It was probably about the only thing that he could do. You don't see that often enough for me. Yeah, Lewes were relegated from the Premier Division only a couple of seasons ago, and they'll want to get themselves back up as quickly as possible. They've got one last opportunity maybe to come forward, and they've played it nicely to Brotherton, who's got an opportunity to switch it here. It's going to go to Conlon. This is dangerous. Inside the 18-yard box, Conlon, what can he do? Looks to shift onto his left foot, looks to get it, pull it back. It's going to be a chance, is it? It's going to come all the way out to McDevitt, who can pick it up just inside the box again. He'll leave it. It'll be crossed in. It was a poor cross, and that could be the last opportunity of the half.
It's counter-attacking play like that Lewes have got to do better. Work the goalkeeper at least, get him to make a save. But
one last chance for Lewes to get the ball into the box. It is to Brotherton in the 18-yard box. Deft little touch out to McDevitt. McDevitt twists and turns and gets the ball back. It's going to go into the 18-yard box. It's crossed in. It's going to be an opportunity for a shot. Is it going to fall to Brotherton? Looks to take it on his left foot. Brotherton hits the post. Wonderful effort. Just flicked the ball up onto his left foot, Brotherton there. It fell to him in the 18-yard box. He flicked the ball with his right foot. Deft touch onto his left. Hit it, and it hit the post. It was a really good effort. It was a bright performance in the first half from Brotherton.
Yeah, he was the man you felt was going to unlock their defence.
Billy Medlock running onto this pass. Can he keep it in? He will keep it in. He's surrounded by a couple of players. Does well, Billy Medlock, to turn and come into the box. Turns again into the 18-yard box. Great play from Billy Medlock for the home side. All the way across. Evades everybody in the 6-yard box. And it was only a whisker away from Antsu Jana. That was terrific play from Billy Medlock. He twisted and turned on that far side. Managed to cut into the 18-yard box. Played the ball across. And it just managed to evade Jana. And that would have been 2-1 to Hastings had he got onto the end of that ball.
Yeah, such a shame that Jana didn't read that pass in the end, but it was a good late run from him to get in that box. At least they're showing a bit more desire in getting forward from the midfield players, at least to support their front two.
Lewes on the edge of the box. Can they get it into the 18-yard box? They do. This is an opportunity. It's going to be headed just wide. That was a really good chance.
We saw the same at Bowes and Pitsea Saturday. These people coming on the back post, they've got to work the goalkeeper or put the ball across the 6-yard box.
And as a manager, would the game plan be to get this to 75, 80 minutes and then push another player up front?
Possibly, but he almost might be thinking they're trying to see the game out and get them on a counter-attack.
Delightful ball to the far side. It's going to give Lewes an opportunity to get a good cross in here. This is dangerous. It does come in. It's going to be the second goal of the game for Lewes, and it's flicked in by Jonty Smith. It was a delightful ball to the far side. It was a really clever cross into the 6-yard box, and Jonty Smith met it, and he wasn't going to miss from there. Puts it into the corner, and it's 2-1 Lewes, and Hastings' afternoon gets worse.
Well, Hastings centre-backs just switched off. They just let Jonty Smith get in the 6-yard box, and it's an easy sort of side foot in, really. Glancing side foot into the corner net. Good finish, good ball in. So, yeah, you could see this probably happening, and ironically, it was when they changed their shape slightly.
It was a precise pinpoint ball to switch the play to that far side as we look. Nobody stopping the cross in towards the 6-yard box. And Jonty Smith's not going to miss from there. Well,
they put Michael Azaya out at right back, and I think he's probably his best position centre back. And I think he just got caught out of place, and basically the left winger took advantage of that, had acres of space to put that delivery in. I think it'll be a long way back now for Hastings.
Another opportunity this for Lewes. They've got a man over here, just couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Gets another opportunity. Well defended in the end though by Hastings, and really well marshalled by Tom Vickers, who gets the ball out. This is an opportunity for Medlock to chase. Medlock into the 18-yard box. What can he do? Looks to cut back on his right foot. Chance for Billy Medlock. Back on his feet. Could still be a shot. In the end, it was wasted. It came to Radari. And as we've seen time and time again this season already, You play to the end and you might just get something. But this is going to be a ball spread all the way to the far side. This is an opportunity now for Lewes coming into the box. They're 2-on-2. Can they get it into the 18-yard box? Lewes looks for the overlap. Going to get it in. It's going to be a penalty, is it? No, it's going to be a free kick. And from here, that looked like a bizarre decision. Now the referee is closest. He's also going to get the yellow card out. That looked very much like a penalty from here. But the referee says it was a dive. And there are protests. And I think it's Bosma that's going to go into the box. And he went into the box, and it did look identical to the Hastings United penalty in the first half. He took a touch, went past his man, went down, and you wouldn't have been surprised, and certainly when the referee blew his whistle, Mick, I thought he was going to point to the spot.
Well, I did as well, but it's a little bit of a slight body check, and I think he just thought maybe the Lewes player went down a bit too easy.
It will be a free kick to Lewes and be taken by Bosma. What can he do? Deliver this into the box well. And he is wasting a lot of time at the moment, Bosma. Seems like an age since this free kick was given, but in it goes from Bosma now into the 18-yard box. A wonderful cross, and in the end it's cleared by Hastings, and I'm sure Bosma will be asking questions to why some of his teammates weren't on the end of that. It's a tremendous cross into the box, just about as good a delivery as you'd like to have from that position. It will be Conlon. Low, driven, saved, and somehow put over the bar, and that really should have been a goal, and it was Landis the substitute. It was a free kick from Conlon, well saved. The keeper could only parry to the 6-yard box, and I'm not sure how, but Landis put it over the bar. That should have been 3-1. And Hastings have the ball again. Again, they look towards the substitute Jack Harris, who gets the ball down. Nobody there, predictably. And away it goes, and that should be that now. Referee checks his watch once again, and he does blow the final whistle. And on this bank holiday Monday battle between Hastings and Lewes, it's been a thoroughly entertaining game. It was Lewes who struck first with a really early goal inside the first minute, and it was Bosma who got that goal. Hastings were fortunate to get themselves back in the game. It was a brilliant run from Antsu Jana, awarded the penalty, and Billy Medlock, the man of the match, put it away. But down to 10 men after a sending off. Ollie Rowe got his marching orders for a double-footed challenge, and Hastings United just couldn't get themselves back into the game. And Lewes took the lead once more. It was their goal scorer, Jonty Smith, who fired them 2-1 up. They hung on to the end of the game, thoroughly entertaining, and it finishes here. Hastings United 1, Lewes 2. Darren, you must be absolutely delighted with the result this afternoon and the way you played, certainly in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I thought today, obviously, we was missing Hamo, and we was missing Gus as well, which was a big blow. But two lads come in, and I thought they were outstanding. I think, coming to Hastings, they're a good side. They're tough. It's been very hot, and not only that, we played Sittingbourne the other 2 days ago as well in very hot weather as well. And I think it took a lot out of us today. But I thought, obviously, we moved the ball around well, and we obviously took our chances.
We thought you started really positively. It looked like you'd come here for all 3 points, and your fullbacks were overlapping in the first few minutes of the game. And of course, you got that reward going ahead so early.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, obviously, Brinky's come in today. He's done very well, and like you say, we got the overlaps well. Obviously, when I saw Tom Vickers playing left back, we wanted to sort of try and get down his side, and I think that it worked. We had a lot of pace with Liam down there, who done a great job for us, and our plan worked, and I thought that we gifted them their goal. It was a penalty. I was a little bit disappointed to go in at half time. Maybe we should have done the job before we got the second goal. So, but overall, I'm delighted with the way that we played today and our attitude towards the game.
And a disciplined performance in the second half, because we said it in commentary, it's not always easy when a side goes down to 10 men, because they play a slightly different way, and that can throw you off, but you dealt with everything that was thrown at you.
Yeah, no, definitely, and obviously not only that as well, sometimes the referees even things up. So, I said at half time that we need to make sure that we keep 11 people on the field today, and we need to keep the ball moving and make that extra man count. And I thought that the lads took on board what we said, and I think every single one of them give over 100% today, and that's why we got our rewards. And
it's still early on in the season. There's a long way to go, but playing a promotion rival, a local rival as well, it was doubly important that you got the result today.
Yeah, it was, and I reminded the lads about that at the beginning. Obviously, you know, coming to Hastings, they're a big club, and they've done a trick on us last year. I felt that we let ourselves down when we come here last year, and I wanted to give a good account of ourselves. So it was important for me as well, personally, and I think that the lads knew that. And I think, again, like I say, you know, for me, I thought from 1 to 11 were excellent, and even the subs who come on, and I'm very proud of them today.
So, Adam, a frustrating afternoon for you in the end. To go down to 10 men, it made it all that more difficult in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. It's always going to be a tough game today. Local derby. Lewes has started well, so full of confidence, and yeah, it's made even harder going down to 10 men. But you know, I thought we kept trying to change shape and try to stay in the game as often as we could. But ultimately, from start to finish, even with 11v11, we wasn't good enough today.
What would you put that down to?
I don't know, really. We just look lethargic. You know, players not willing to just work hard enough, really. You know, I've seen it a little bit from the first few games. Not been happy totally with the way we've been playing. I thought we was careless on the ball as well. I like my teams to play out from the ball, and we're just giving away the ball without any pressure on us. So that's got to be addressed, and we've got to be better.
Any complaints with the sending off decision in the dressing room?
To be fair, like, I was sitting up in the stand, and I thought, oh, we could be in trouble, because it did look a bit like a two-foot challenge, to be honest. So you kind of have two complaints that look like it, but seeing like a photo back, he's definitely got 1 foot on the ball, and then maybe the other one just followed him behind it. So he's definitely played the ball, and his feet are on the ground. 2 feet haven't left the ground, but I can see why he's been sent off. And
Billy Medlock got our man of the match vote and the sponsors' man of the match.
Yeah.
You took him off with 15 minutes to go. Was that tiredness?
Yeah. Like I say, like he's a real threat, Bill, and know he can score goals at this level. And like I say, probably deservedly man of the match. To be honest, I think he occupied their 2 centre backs really well today. But yeah, like similar on Saturday, he just looks like he's blowing and running out of steam, getting on towards the last 20 minutes of games. So it's something we've got to address and just get his sharpness up, and yeah, no, it'd be a threat for us throughout the season.
So Billy, it was a bit of a frustrating afternoon for you. You've come out with man of the match, but the team wasn't really up to scratch today.
Yeah, I mean, we started well, to be fair. I thought we were well on top first 10-15 minutes. Obviously, a sending off changes any game, so we didn't really adapt well to it. We changed the system a couple of times to try and counteract that, but yeah, it weren't to be. I think when we got an equaliser, obviously the penalty, we kind of looked like we could possibly get a winner and maybe like just tighten up at the back, but it weren't to be today, and obviously they got the winner, and yeah, disappointing, obviously local derby and that, but obviously I think we can hopefully, well, big game next weekend against Dulwich, looking forward to that, so yeah, hopefully we'll get back to winning ways very soon.
And how does it, as a striker, and you like to be on the ball a lot and hold the ball up, it just makes it that much harder having 10 men in the second half? Yeah,
well, obviously we started sort of one up top anyway, with David Radari in behind me, but obviously once we got down to 10 men, it was I think we went 4-4-1, so it makes it even more tough for me, and I'm just chasing shadows really, and when I get the ball, obviously I'm going to try and do what I can with it, but you're just never going to get in positions, so yeah, but it's one of them games, frustrating, but you know, we're going again and try and pick up some results.
And for you, 4 goals at the start of the season, you must be delighted with your start personally. Have you set yourself a target for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always over 25 goals. That's really my target. I think I could probably get over 30. I think this season, if I carry on with how I'm going. So yeah, good start. But yeah, I just need to keep playing, keep getting. I'm getting fitter each game. And I think this season I had a full pre-season, and I haven't had one of them in 3 years. So. That was crucial for me, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we got a good side. I think there's a couple of changes we probably need, but obviously we've got Hinch and Aggie, they know what they're doing, so hopefully we'll get there.
In the Bostik Premier League, Worthing lost their 5th game of the season 4-1 to Burgess Hill Sound to remain in last place. Newly promoted Tooting and Mitcham United also lost, suffering a 2-1 defeat to Dulwich Hamlet. At the top of the table, Billericay Town take the lead as they thrashed Thurrock 5-0. Jake Robinson and Andy Cunningham both scoring a brace. Second place, Leatherhead defeated Metropolitan Police 2-1, but third placed Harrow Borough lost 6-0 to Hendon. Norwich United remain at the foot of the Bostik North table, losing 3-1 to third place Dereham Town. Ashley Jarvis scored a hat-trick for the winners, Norwich finding a consolation goal in the 88th minute through Liam Jackson. In 23rd, AFC Sudbury lost 2-0 to Mildenhall Town. And league leaders AFC Hornchurch maintained their position with a 4-1 win against Romford, all of the goals coming in the second half. Soham Town drew 2-2 against Bury, both teams sitting in mid-table, and Hereford Town also drew with Potters Bar Town, who are 5th in the table. At the bottom of the Bostik South, Shoreham suffered a 3-0 defeat to Cray Wanderers, losing their 4th game of the season. Chipstead lost their 1-0 lead against Surrey rivals Whiteleaf, losing 2-1, and consequently they sit in 23rd place. East Grinstead conceded a last-minute goal to lose 2-1 to South Park, whilst Ashford United are stuck in 22nd with a goalless draw against Sittingbourne. Corinthian Casuals dropped 2 places, settling for 12th as they conceded 4 goals against Carshalton Athletic. And further up the table, Cray Wanderers, South Park, Lewes and Whiteleaf all won their games to remain in playoff positions. A hugely entertaining game between Hastings United and Lewes this afternoon. We knew it was going to be a good one and it didn't disappoint.
Yeah, fantastic game, lovely pitch surface, end-to-end stuff. I think tactical decisions ended up what the score was in the end. I think, Billy Medlock had a fantastic game from Hastings' perspective, and Lewis had a fair few contenders as well. But overall, good derby game, close game considering that Hastings were down to 10 men. Good on them. They had a go, changed the tactics at half-time formation, and give a good account of itself.
Couple of decisions to look at. First of all, the penalty that Hastings United got, a great run into the box, and it was a clear-cut penalty. No complaints there from the Lewis team.
Well, probably, and that gave Hastings a foot back into it. I know it was early, but you could see maybe Lewis was going to take control of the game in that early period, and they got back into it a little bit by a ridiculous challenge in the box, and it was a penalty. And
another big decision in the game, obviously the sending off for Hastings United and Ollie Rowe, and it was 2-footed. It looked from where we were that it was a 2-footed challenge. The referee had no hesitation, and that changed the game.
Well, that definitely changed the game, but it's a bit hard from where we were to actually get a good look at that.
A great advert for non-league football today, and it's Lewes that win the Battle of Hastings on Bank Holiday Monday.